Hey guys, welcome back to Flying in Space with Planet Head, the holiday edition. Today is December 12th. I'm sorry, December 22nd, 2022. 122222. I had to write that 1,000 times at work today. I wanted to wish everybody a happy holiday, and I might actually send this to my brother and sister. They are my closest family because I haven't talked to them a little bit, so I may just include them on the vid. Um, I have a few updates, but really today is going to be mostly about saying thank you to everybody that's out there and wishing them a great holiday. Um, it's been a crazy year, uh, and I know I've done a ton of videos. Um, I would love sometime I'm actually going to sit down. I might average like one every day, every other day, or something like that. Um, but I really wanted to wish you guys a good holiday, not just Christmas, but New Year's and every other holiday that's involved. Um, this is a work day for me, so I am a little bit tired right now. I didn't do a video yesterday just because I wanted to play the game. So if you're watching this, um, I actually upgraded my little picture here so that I'm a little bit, my planet-sized head is a little bit larger than normal. So let's go ahead and put that back down to normal. Um, I thought today, while also near the end, um, uh, showing you a few things administrative in Eve that might be really helpful. There is something that got announced today. Um, I wanted to give a little bit of a shout out to two players who recently messaged me. I talked about one of them last time, and another fellow who messaged me and said that I had just in Discord yesterday, personally messaged me and said I had uh, inspired him to actually start doing his own videos. I have done a few in the past of how I create these very simply for free, which is most important, and how I learned it and how I started doing them about a year and a half ago. And I'm going to be over the weekend, once I get done with work, and it's supposed to be super cold out, going to finally put together my uh, cinematic video of why you would want to play EVE Online in 2023. I've talked about it a bit. I've written down some things. I've gotten some things set up, but I haven't had the time to focus because of my new roommate that's here. You've seen her in the past, and you'll probably see her before the end of this video. But I wanted to give a shout out to those two guys, and I want to talk just a little bit about my history, especially over the last year. And I'm not going to spend very much time, but I wanted to talk about the downfall sometimes of and the ups of doing the videos, and the kind of happy place that I've found right now. Um, a lot of you guys have actually said you don't even watch the videos; you just listen to these videos while you're driving to work, which I have no idea. That just makes me laugh. But then I think about it, and I watch. I listen to the Conan O'Brien podcast and watch the ones on YouTube, so I actually understand that now. So let's jump into Eve real quick. And as I'm doing some administrative stuff that's helpful to everybody, I'll also just pop in a couple little stories about the last year. It has been an incredibly up and down year in my life, and some real. At one point, I thought would was one of the. It really was one of the toughest years, but one of the most. Uh, I've learned more this year than I probably did the entire decade before this year, about myself and intellectually, I think, by doing these videos and trying different things with my job and all sorts of stuff like that and challenging myself. So let's get into Eve real quick. We'll boot her up here. If you, just a quick reminder, if you don't know, currently with Eve, they're doing the 13 Days of Eve. It's the probably one of the best events that they do every year. There's 12 days left remaining, so if you have your account, you can get into it. And don't worry, you don't have to live by these, but they're just bonuses. They're just for coming in. Oh, we've got my random skill points, so let's find out. Drum roll. I always like that. I always like the skill point. 33,000 skill points. Nice. Okay. So, if you're people who know Eve, you'll understand how important that is. If you're my brother and sister watching this at this point, or anybody else in the family that you may not understand, but that's a good number, 33,000. So, um, oh, and just a reminder, this came up once or twice. If you notice, normally I'll go from wearing a hoodie or a hat with my headphones on because I've had an issue for years now with an inner ear thing that comes and goes. I'm going to be blunt. I'm just comfortable tonight wearing the hat and the hoodie. I just feel comfortable. It's like comfy. So that's what I'm doing. It's like wearing a snuggie on my head. So let's just jump into William Pilgrim here. He's only got a day and 4 hours left. So, one thing that personally that happened this year, and if you watch the videos, I started doing them about a year and a half ago, and they've morphed from all sorts of different things, especially over the last month and a half or so. I've been doing daily ones, just doing a daily blog. I originally started doing videos where I was doing series. I did a 100-day run of Living in Stain as an alpha character. I did another run where I was only using wormholes, not living in wormholes, getting from place to place from using wormholes, rather than using the Eve gates. That taught me a ton. And while all that was going on, and this is trying to be helpful to the two guys and anybody else who's making videos out there, I had to remember that there was the life outside of here, outside of playing the game. And as you all know, I used to play a lot of video games when I was younger. I don't have the time for it anymore, and that's what this channel was devoted to. Was A, I wanted to learn how to make videos, but B, I wanted to make videos for people who don't have the time to play, like myself, where I have 30 minutes or an hour at most at night on my work days, and then a couple hours on my weekends. Eve can be one of those games like I used to do where I spent a ton of time, hours and hours and hours, but I didn't do anything in the real world. Now I work on the house. I do a lot of work in the at work. I do a lot of overtime there, and I enjoy it. I have a lot of interests outside, and I love Eve. But one thing is sometimes the real world can catch you, and there were two instances this year, but a major one that happened with me whenever, and if you've watched the videos, you guys know. Back in February, I lost my best friend, and then in April, I lost my dog, and Amanda. And, I never, other than whenever my parents passed away about, I think it was 12 and 14 years ago, I'd never been through anything that was that amazing. My roommate over here is making some noise. I'm trying to say roommate so she doesn't know I don't say her name and she comes over to hang out for a little bit. Um, because you'll see her, I'm sure, at some point, even if you've watched my videos recently. But my advice. So when I first started making the videos, and I'll try to keep this brief, the best advice I ever got was very similar to the best advice I ever got about trying to learn how to drink wine. Now, I never learned to drink wine, but they said just go drink some and find out what you like. Well, it turned out I really didn't like wine. But I drank a decent amount of it, tried a bunch of different ones. And the only time I like drinking wine is whenever I'm having a good steak most of the time, or maybe some really, really good seafood. Same thing with making videos. Find something you like to do and pair it up with something else. I really like making videos about Eve, but whenever I don't feel like playing Eve, I don't feel like playing or making videos. And when my friend and my dog passed away, um, there were some other things that popped up at the same time. And I had to make a lot of tough decisions at that time. And probably the two lowest points for me was whenever my best friend passed away. You know, it's almost like, do I have to go make a video now? You know, and you're like, well, there's guys out there that I'm talking to, but you don't realize that there's people out there that will understand, and you don't have to do the videos. You don't have to um, do that sort. Take some time. Only do it when you want to. And if you need to take a week or two off, that's fine. If you want to make 3 videos in a day, that's fine. If you just want to play the game like I did last night and not make a video, that's fine. Just have fun and people will enjoy it. If you've ever noticed, I know I have a decent number of subscribers now. I know I'm not making any money off this. I got 370 something subscribers now. I have never asked for subscribers. I've never asked for likes. I have just enjoyed the people who have joined in and are helping out and giving me pointers and things like that. And that's what drew me back. Whenever I had my issues, I knew that the people who were commenting, you guys that are out there, and this is why I'm thanking you for my year, were the ones that were drawing me back, who were inspiring me. You didn't even know it. I mean, I had a few people, whenever I said that my best friend passed away or my dog passed away, they're like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But it wasn't that. It was being able to be drawn back into a community that's talking and doing the like things. Um, then the second lowest part for me was, I think it was in May, for the first time. I know a lot of people had it before I did. I finally got COVID, and I was at home for a week, and I had no one to talk to. I didn't have my best friend to call. My dog had passed away a month earlier, and I really took a lot of time to think about a lot of things over that time and a little while further. And I really came to the realization that I've been spending a lot of time trying to do things to keep my because I was expected to do things. Like I was expected to make videos, or I was expected to lead things or be in charge of things. And I like doing that at times, but Eve has given me, and this channel has given me the opportunity to not be in charge of something. Everything I have ever done, um, people look at me and they're like, "Ooh, that guy, he can run that. That guy, he can do that for." And this has been the one thing that I have been able to do and just be a player. And part of that is the community and you guys talking about this. So my two friends who are started their YouTube videos, or any of you who have tried out something new, remember, that would be my piece of advice. If you're if you're slowing down a little bit, take a break. Um, and if it's something that you like to do, do it. If it isn't, don't do it. I've really, over the last 2 months, if you've noticed, been much more positive. This is I mean, so many low points this year, but I've had some really good positive up points. And a lot of that involves the fact that this channel has allowed me to stay in a nice, easy, like, it's given me that positive, but it's allowed me to see those positives. And I'll give you one analogy to it. And if you've never seen the movie, um, there is, oh my gosh, my brain is stopping for a second. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Um, Came out at the same time as another one of my favorite movies, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. And it's, oh my gosh. Hold on, hold on. My brain is gonna stop. I can't believe I'm looking it up now. I know who's in it, um, but uh, I I'm gonna look it up to save some time. Um, but if I can't think of it, hold on. IMDb. There we go. And then gonna go. was the actress that was in Mean Girls, and the actor was in Star Wars, the later movies. Um, oh my gosh, this is one of my favorite movies of all time. My brain is shutting down. Let's see here. Let's go. Mean Girls. Here we go. And come on. It changed IMDb's site. That's annoying. And Polar. Let's see. Jonathan Bennett. Rachel McAdams. Okay, that's the actress. And then hopefully, if I pull up her history on here, it'll remind me. I'm now that I'm seeing her face, it's almost in my head. There is. I've got a picture of it. Come on. You guys can't see this, but About Time. I am so sorry about that. About Time. Has Rachel McAdams in it and Domhnall Gleeson. And it came out about 10 years ago or so, 2013. There it is. I might as well pull it up here. Um, there is a scene in here in this movie, and it's a very small scene. It's near the very end where he's explaining, and I want to ruin the plot, but he explains a day that he gets to repeat a second time. And the first time he goes about his day as a normal thing, um, and then and he just goes about his day. And then the second time he's able to actually, I don't want to ruin the plot, but I'll tell you, he's able to do the day a second time. And his father explains to him, if I remember correctly, to when you get that option, to notice the little things, to notice, take a breath and look at the things that are around you. And there's a couple scenes in it where he's walking through a huge municipal building, and the architecture is amazing. There's a part where, and I don't know why this is stuck in my head, but he goes to get some food from a girl at a register, and she's really friendly, and he doesn't even notice it. And not that she's flirting with him or anything, but she's just having a good day, and he doesn't recognize it. The second time through, he sees how friendly she is, and he doesn't flirt with her. It's just a normal reaction between two people. You never see her again, but he recognizes this good thing in the world. And Eve this year, in making these videos in this community, has allowed me to keep that stable level, even though there were downs, to keep that stable level so I could recognize the small things to bring me back up. I know I'm deviating from my normal video here, but this is why I wanted to make a happy holidays video today. Not only for Eve, but a lot of the people that I work with. When I walk into work every day, and I'm walking down the aisle, and I walk by HR and safety and the IT department, and each person says, "Hey, Bill, hey," and at 7 o'clock in the morning, um, that just makes me good. And then I get to the startup area where the managers are there, and I'm checking in with them, see if they need anything from the training department, and they're happy to see me. And so I've tried to carry that forward to that, and that's why I enjoy work. So, enough said. I am so sorry for going on that. You can tell I'm just happy. Um, let's talk a little bit of Eve. Wow, that was 18 minutes. I am so sorry. So, some administrative work. There are two things that are important today. Number one, I'm going to be transporting my character from the Great Wildlands back over to Iridia. Um, and I wanted to show you guys how to do that using clone jumping. Most of you guys probably already know that, so I'll throw that at the end. It won't take very long. And then the second one, the first one, that'll be the second one. The first one is just a heads up. I've been waiting on this. You know me. I played a long time as an alpha character. You can play this game as an alpha character. What an alpha character is a free character. This is not a free-to-play game. It is, you can play for free. And you can literally play for a long time. After about 6 months of playing and making videos, I decided to make an Omega character, which is your monthly subscription of $19.95, or if you get a discount and stuff like that, and one of your characters can go. But one of the biggest sales they do every 3 months is the multi-character training, and it's the only time that I point out when there's a sale. There are always sales going on, but in my mind, this is the best sale that you can get. And so I like to do it. I only do it for every 3 months. The one most important thing, actually, I have it up here just to show you guys. You can do it for longer than 3 months, but I don't because I'm cheap. But it is there. So you got 3 months at $53.90 total. My theory is if you're playing for for every dollar you spend, you should be. I've done this for my entire life with video games. For every dollar you spend on a video game, you better put that many hours in. So trust me, I will do more than 53 hours worth of gameplay over the next 3 months. But this gives you two of your characters that can grow. So instead of one of your characters. So it has to be on the same account, but you can do it. Now you can get more higher ones. There's a 24-monther. I am not spending $325 on that. Or you can go smaller and smaller. I go with the smallest one. My one caveat, you want to be careful. If you do the 3-month Omega, sign up. I've been doing this for a year now. When you do it, it will set you up on 3 months from now. It will do an auto draft to pay for a monthly account. You can disable that. I will suggest that over and over again because your monthly account will only give you one character. So what I would do is if you decide to do this, get your 3 months, get your 3 months bonus that's on top of it for that second character that you can assign. But then go into your account and delete the subscription. Unless you want to pay for it automatically, I'm fine with that. It's your money. I like to look for deals, and that caught me once. And I don't mind because I love this game, and I love the people that make it should have to be able to buy houses and pay for cars and pay for the kids' college, but I'm still going to try to get a deal if they're going to offer it to me. So make sure you shut off the account subscription if you don't want to pay for it in 3 months. And I'll bet you the same deal will come back up in 3 months. It's happened 4 times now in the last year, every 3 months. So, and I don't know if it was doing that beforehand. So that is there. So that is the accounting part of it. Now, in-game. Now, I normally like to do a lot more in-game play. I really want to get that Happy Thanksgiving out here. I'll try to give you a little bit of a pointer. If you know how to do clone jumping, I am going to screw this up a little bit because I haven't done it in a little while. You don't need to watch the rest of this. But if you've been afraid to jump your clones or things like that because you're worried about losing your implants, I'm going to show you how to do this without losing your implant. Well, you're going to leave your implants in a clone behind to jump to a clone to another area. So, long story short, let's look at the map just to give you an idea how far I'm going to travel. There it is. I'm in the Great Wildlands here at MTAC M. Okay. And you got all these systems here. I would have to leave, go out this way, come up through, actually go out this way, go through Molden Heath, or go through Derelict, which would take a little bit, and I might die in my ship, because people are mean. And so then I would be in the Great Wildlands and hit Derelict or Molden Heath. I'm all the way over here in Iridia, so I'd have to go through this region, and this region, and this region, and one of these regions over here, and then to get to Iridia here. And I should have, my home station is here in Malna. This is my home station. I do not have a clone here. That's very important. I don't have a clone. You do not, in my mind, have to have a clone in your home station. You can have one there. I'm probably going to set one up down the road. But you don't have to, as long as it's your home station. So, let me just show you here. If you guys do last till the end of the video, I'll show you my roommate. She's chewing on something right now, but she's let me alone this entire video. Um, so, what I'm going to do is minimize that. I'm going to leave my ship. So we're going to get to my capsule and wait, leave ship. There we are. Here's my little capsule. Now the most important thing you want to be very careful with this is notice here I have a clone in system in station. I don't need this clone. But I can jump into this one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump, since I'm in the stationing, I can jump into the clone. Why would I want to do this? Because my current clone, Augmentations, has two implants in it. Okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go jump clone, and then since I'm in the same station, boop, 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 I'm going to jump into this one. Okay. Do you authorize payment of 900,000? Yeah, I can get that in about half a minute shooting a battleship. So yeah, we'll do that. Notice it was instantaneous. And notice here, I left my old clone behind. It has those two implants. My current clone has no implants. Why is that important? Because I'm going to self-destruct this clone. Okay? And home station, jump clones, there we go. Now this is where I get stuck a little bit because I haven't done it in a little while. Have a jump clone available. La 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 la. Biography, I think if I go into the clone bay, nope. Should be a spot here where I can self-destruct. Dang it. I know there's a spot. You want to do it in station if I remember correctly. Augmentations, attributes. No, that's not it. There it is. Okay, so under home station, remember how I was saying Malna? Malna here is my home station. My current home station is Malna here. If I self-destruct, your active clone will transfer your constants to a fresh clone in your home station. So what will end up happening is this clone will die for 900,000 ISK, and it will create a new clone all the way across the EVE universe, all the way over in Malna, where I can jump into my ships there. And you're not using a clone jump to do that. You're basically dying. It's just like if somebody shot your ship and blew you up out in space, it would send you back to your home station. This is the same thing. So, and by jumping into this clone, I'm not going to lose my augmentations. So, here we are. I'm going to go ahead and hit self-destruct. Good, good. Would you like to self-destruct your capsule and transfer this new clone to the Malna? Yes. And suddenly, I'm in Malna. All the way across. And right here, I know it doesn't look a lot of different for people that are out there, but people that have never played the game or don't know much, but this is a completely different system. And I can jump into any one of my ships that I have here. Got a little bowling ball that I call my magnate here. So that is how you clone jump to get across the planets. Why did I do this? Because I have some manufacturing I need to get done this weekend. I need to pick up my backpack that I'm making to go back out to the Great Wildlands. And basically, I'm just getting set up for the weekend. So that's about all. That's how you do a clone jump. I want to throw something EVE related other than the whole holiday thing. So, as promised, I've had such a nice quiet time. I got her a ball, a Kong ball, and she's been chewing the heck out of it. It's almost dead now. I thought it would live, but it is torn apart after like 3 days. But if you haven't met her, or I would like her to hopefully she'll jump up here. Maya? Oh, yep. Come on. Alrighty. So, let me just gonna adjust the camera. We're gonna make a big picture and we're gonna say, can you say, come on up. There you are. There you are, little girl. There you are. Yeah. Happy holidays, as always. No biting. That's good. No gore. 10-month-old German Shepherd Husky mix. Insane. But she's learning. She's getting there. Come on up. Good girl. Yes. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Oh, see, that's a good girl. Yeah, it is. All right. Hey, guys. Happy holidays. Fly safe, fly dangerously, fly however like you want. Oh, man, I need to trim up this beer. I will talk to you soon. No biting. Have a good one.